Hey, okay, so it's Friday, and I went to the gym all week. I haven't gone yet today, but I will. And I just wanted to talk a little bit about what it's like um, having type 1 in a type 2 world. Um, I just was at the doctor because I had to get a physical for school along with the drug test. But it came up, what medications do you take? So I told them Humalog because that's what I use in my pump. And the nurse was like, "Oh, you have diabetes?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I have type 1." She goes, "Oh, you're so young." She kept saying that over and over, "You're so young, you're so young." But I was like, "What? Yeah, but I have type 1." Oh, there's my cat. But she didn't seem to really understand it, I guess, because I guess she knows it as type 2, and that's what you get when you're older, blah, blah, blah. But I didn't have it in me to explain it. And it's funny because I used to like just offer that. I used to just kind of explain to everyone what the difference is between type 1 and type 2, but it seems like I don't know if people really care. So if I know that someone's really interested, then I will tell them, but I don't know. Sometimes if I start to try and explain it, I'm you can see that I'm like losing their interest, so I don't bother. But it's just funny because she kept saying, "Oh, you're so young. That's too bad. You should be living your life out, having fun." I'm like, well, do I look that miserable? Like I'm not doing that now already. But I don't know. I thought it was funny because that's the kind of thing I get a lot. That's what I get a lot. Is, "Oh, you're so young." All right, fine. And then the second is, "Oh, like if somebody knows that I'm diabetic and knows that like I'm type 1 and they have their they have their idea of what diabetes is, which close to being right usually. And I'll be having my lunch, or they'll be like, I remember when I used to have an office job, they'd always be bringing in the cake and the bagels and all that. Always. It never failed. Somebody was going to ask me if I should be having it, or they would get me like the sugar-free version. And I don't know about you, but the sugar-free version of anything tastes like crap, and it's gross, and I don't want it. Or like a low carb version, like once they bought me like a low carb bagel. Ugh. Listen, I know they mean well, but come on. I don't know how many times I can tell them. I was like, I can eat what you eat. Whatever you can have, I can have. I know that kind of goes against what their idea of diabetes is, and maybe it kind of goes against what I really should be doing, but I wear an insulin pump, and that's what it's for. I can have a friggin' regular old bagel with 100 grams of carbs or whatever it's got, and I just press a few buttons and that's it. And then they'll have the candy out, and ugh. It gets really frustrating. There's so many times where I can just be like, just smile and just be like, "Oh, you don't understand." I don't know. It really gets on my nerves sometimes. But other times, you know what? I do understand that nobody, really gets it because this type 1 is pretty rare. It's not like everybody's got it. Like, I'm always compared to somebody's grandmother, it's just like, "Oh, diabetes? Oh, my grandma's got diabetes." I'm like, "Oh, well, what your grandmother has probably a little different than what I'm dealing with." But, and try and make some kind of conversation out of it, even though it's just painful to be compared to like old people all the time. But having the pump though just makes it, everybody's asking questions. I remember one time someone said to me, he's like, "So if I come up to you and cut that cord, are you gonna die?" Well, probably if I didn't get any more insulin for the next like 36 hours, I'd like probably die, but like I'm not just gonna like fall down on the ground like instantly. Jeez, it takes a little bit longer than that. Yeah, But I don't know. It's funny because you know what, people really do mean well, and I understand like I don't mind answering questions. If you have a question about what type 1 is versus type 2 or anything, I will happily, always happily answer it. But if you start kind of making assumptions about things because you think you know what you're talking about, but you really don't, that's when it's kind of like, patience getting a little, like I don't always want to have to talk about it, or I don't always want to have to correct everyone either, and because that's not my place, and I don't know. But it sucks sometimes. I just thought it was funny, and I thought I'd bring that up today, that that nurse was like, oh, but you're so young, you should be enjoying your life. Well, I am young, and I do enjoy my life, thank you very much. It would be nice to not have it, but, if this is what life is with it, it's pretty good, right? I don't know, I'm satisfied. But, alright. That's all. My weigh-in is on Sunday. And I seriously need to put my scale away in the closet during the week because every morning I get that itch, I just want to step on it, but whatever. I'm not going to. Sunday morning, I will be back. Well, maybe not Sunday morning. I actually might be back on Monday. Excuse me. But, so far so good. I've been really good with calories, so, well, I think I've been good with it, but, I'll do another video soon, maybe when I'm in the mood, explaining the differences between type 1 and type 2, just so that, in a really easy way, so that people can so they can kind of get it a little bit better, maybe, and so they don't always compare me to their grandmother.